Hey everyone, today I will be playing Legacy of Kain, Blood Omen. This is the first game in the Legacy of Kain series. I can say that game, I heard about it per se, but I never really exactly played it much till, the beginning of, till the summer of 2020. And trust me, going through all of the games was a roller coaster. Because frankly it was just insane. But Blood Omen for the fun that trapped on the PS1 and it didn't have a PC release per se, but you couldn't exactly get it until August of 2024. They announced an interesting thing got released was a bus of Raziel and Kain fighting with Legacy of Kain Soldier 1 and 2 remasters, and a QR code there, like on a social media post, what made people going, OMG though, Soul Weaver, oh my god, the Legacy of Kain series is finally getting some due respect, some new remaster and whatnot. And let's just say, I was excited too, but also wondering, hey, what about Blood Omen by any chance? Funny thing was, in September, they released a little demo reel of upcoming games to release on their, you know, PlayStation released something on their classic catalog thing, and Blood Omen 1 and Blood Omen 2 were expected to release in November. And boy, was I excited. I definitely bought both of them, but I definitely held off on completing Blood Omen 2 till I got Soul Reaver remasters. And what happened was, and pretty much ended up playing through Blood Omen again for the second time in my life. And let's just say it is a beautiful experience, especially though since the PS4 using an emulator per se. I mean, will say something now. I did have to work with the presets a bit to try to lighten up a few of the areas per se, or at least, and also use the rewind function to sort of try to save on health because the cheat codes do work in the game, but they can also mess up with your. They can also, I can tell you, break the game. Well, the cheats can kind of break the game, but also make sure I don't get any trophies. So I'm pretty much just going to rely on the rewind function to sort of try to save on health if I can. And a lot of good. One thing about the game is though there are a lot of secrets per se you can find, and kind of give you some more interesting lore about Nosgoth. Yeah, and I don't have to find all the secrets according to the trophies. I just need to find half of them. There are 100 secrets in the game, but sometimes there are certain areas that won't open up till like a full moon happens. And the game does have a day and night cycle per se. During the day, you might lose a little bit of your health per se, but honestly, it really doesn't do. But I can say you're probably okay per se. Definitely conserving on blood. Don't attack villagers without anything. You do have magic in the game. You can use it to cast spells, wear disguises or whatnot. Let's see. I might well explain what the game is about. Kain is pretty much a nobleman, very arrogant and whatnot. He lived in a world called Nosgoth, and there's these pillars, things that mostly kept balance in the world. They are guarded by a circle, of course, of magicians. They get attacked, and the guardian of balance, Ariel, is killed, and the rest of the guardians are thrown into madness and whatnot. There is a group called the Seraphim who are vampire hunters who also work with the Circle of the Nine to sort of try to keep balance, but a lot of their number were slaughtered, or as you'll see in the opening FMV. And Malik, who was this knight character, is condemned to wear his suit of armor for eternity and whatnot. But anyways, next we kind of go with Kain a bit. He gets thrown in a bar. He is attacked by assassins with whatnot though. End up in the land of the dead. Make a deal with the guy called Mortanius, who is a necromancer, who revived Kain as some sort of as a vampiric creature, of course. And pretty much, although he gets his revenge on the guys who may have killed him, Mortanius kind of got him to a more true objective, which is to purify the Circle of the Nine. Purify the Circle of the Nine and possibly save the world, of course. But there's going to be a twist at the end, and that twist kind of really what created the rest of the series per se. And I am going to explain something kind of quickly. Legacy of Kain was first developed by Silicon Knights, who later on made Eternal Darkness. But there were like a trade dispute here when a sequel of the game was supposed to be being made, and well, Silicon Knight lost the rights to it though, and that's how Crystal Dynamics kind of ended up with the title with Soul Reaver 2, and whatnot. So that's kind of what happened to the series, per se. But I kind of get more into it doing the credits and probably doing Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remaster games. And there is 5 games in the series: Blood Omen 1, Blood Omen 2, Soul Reaver 1 and 2, and Defiance. Blood Omen 1 and 2 are Kain's story per se, and while Soul Reaver is Raziel. And Defiance is kind of a combination wrap up in a way. It feels a lot like Soul Reaver 3 in a way, but had a lot more Devil May Cry action in it. But anyways, I'm probably going to start the game, and I'll see you all later. Bye!
There is a magical operation of maximum importance. The initiation of a new aeon. When it becomes necessary to utter a word, the whole planet must be bathed in blood.
Call your dogs! They can feast on your corpses!
Fulfilling the circle, Malak of the Sarafan, you are hereby damned. The pleasures of the flesh are no longer yours. You have but one purpose, damned warrior. You will serve us for eternity.
The tavern's closing. Best be on your way, stranger. What? No mug of ale for a weary traveller from distant Corhagen? I can reward you well, for I am of noble blood. I stay open for no man in these dark times. Things come with the night that no sane man would welcome. And so I left, cold of heart and soul, forced to the road and the long, bitter night. That's him! End it! Now!
They, victors, suffering to the conquered. Ironic that now I was the one suffering. Not anything as pedestrian as physical pain, rather the cruel jab of impotent anger. The hunger for revenge. I didn't care if I was in heaven or hell. All I wanted was to kill my assassins. Sometimes you get what you wish for. The necromancer Mortanius offered me a chance for vengeance, and like a fool, I jumped at his offer without considering the cost. Nothing is free, not even revenge.
You will have the blood you hunger for.
I awoke to the pain of a new existence, in a dank womb of darkness and decay. The sanctuary spell enables me to travel to my crypt, where the soil of my grave provides me respite. I often resort to this when I am weak and need nourishment. Reputed to have been ripped from the chest of the greatest vampire to have ever existed, Janos Audron, the Heart of Darkness restores vampiric unlife. Life is precious, Janos discovered, as it was torn, throbbing and bleeding from his own body. This ancient vial bears with it a dark gift indeed, for with it my life force is increased. These ancient symbols of power contain raw magical energy that increases my own capacity to summon energy for the spawning of spells. Within the walls of these chambers I could find respite, and if I so chose, resume my journey when my weariness abated. The world had changed to my eyes. I had not expected such cruelty from the light, for in the embrace of the sun I could find no comfort, only malice. This would change in time for the worse, along with other things. When rainfall comes, vampires are wise to find shelter from its acidic touch. These curious devices hurl bolts of whirling energy and eviscerate my human enemies by stripping ragged flesh from blood-stained bone. Please, help me, kind sir! Hunger and weakness are no bar to vengeance's call. I would find my slayers and send them back whence I came.
There he is! Kill him, you bastard! If we put you down once, we could do it again.
What trickery is this? Their sneering faces were forever etched upon my memory. I had crossed death for this moment. My mind was empty save for one thought. I would kill. There is no greater release than that from vengeance sated. With my assassins dead, my quest was over.
"'Tis not over, Kain. These fools were merely the instruments of your murder, not the cause. Look to their masters, look to the pillars, and gain way to the fortress of the mind."
This was where the bloody deed of my murder took place. The necromancer had offered me no warning as to what my resurrection would entail, and yet I must confess in my haste I had not sought one. Was his gift a curse? I would seek the pillars for an answer. As daylight chases darkness, the vampire's power wanes. The Pillars of Nosgoth. Even in life, few sights have moved me such as this. I marvel that such beauty should grace our dying world.
Nopraptor, your madness has shattered our dreams and blinded you.
Keep your distance, or I'll send you back to hell, spirit!
There is nothing left of me to fear, vampire. I'm only a shadow of my former self, Ariel, the balance of the Circle of Nine. Even so, I can provide the answers you seek.
I seek only a cure.
There is no cure for death, only release. You must destroy the sorcery that is now poisoning Nosgoth. Only then will you realize peace. The Nine of the Protectors of Hope were sworn to use their powers to preserve our world. Now these pillars have been corrupted by a traitor. My murder at the hands of this beast drove my love Nopraptor mad. Now he spreads misery and pain among the Circle, crumbling the very foundation of Nosgoth. You must restore balance. You must right the Pillars of Nosgoth.
I care not for the fate of this world.
Then for yourself, Kain. Beware the unspoken.
Nopraptor, with his blind act of vengeance, threatened to destroy all of Nosgoth. Each Circle member was bonded to the pillar he served. The pillars reflected the mental state of their servants, and as the minds of the Circle degenerated and descended farther into dementia, the pillars crumbled. To restore them, each member of the Circle had to die, and the artifact that served as their link to the pillar had to be returned. Only when all the pillars were restored did Ariel claim my curse would end. And so, my hunt for Nopraptor began. The Pillar of Dimension. The Pillar of the Mind. The Pillar of Conflict. The Pillar of Nature. The Pillar of Balance. The Pillar of Energy. The Pillar of Time. The Pillar of Death. The Pillar of States. These beacons serve as landmarks during my flights in bat form. Once I have committed their locations to memory, I can always return. In bat form, I can travel great distances with ease. From my vantage in the heavens, no region of Nosgoth is forbidden to me.
They, victors, suffering to the conquered. Ironic that now I was the one suffering. Not anything as pedestrian as physical pain, rather the cruel jab of impotent anger. The hunger for revenge. I didn't